Hello, fellow Star Voyagers. Another day where we literally take to the stars. Let's go get lost in space again. So this really lags on everybody's systems, right? That's what I'm told. That this... Why don't they remove this star field if it's that laggy? Not like it's laggy in game. Why you do this? Why? If I made a game, and I haven't, I would not welcome people to my game with a loading screen that betrayed the actual good performance of the game. Something's weird. I don't think it's loading right today. It's funky, isn't it? Not just stilted, it's taking too long. Well, are we, what's the stream doing? We're live? I think we're live. Game does not seem very happy so far today. Guess I will Alt F4 in a minute. I'm gonna give it another minute. Can't be right. Sky Gamer Zero, what's up? Have you ever had the game not load like this? Boop. Nope. Boop, boop. You want to nuke the game? Okay, we try again. That was a first for me. So what's happening? Zero, what's up? Take two. SSX Tricky. Hey, see that? Yeah, it's normal. I don't think I've ever played an SSX. It's snowboarding tricks, right? I don't think I've played any of them. So, what's up and where are we? And is the game actually loaded okay? It's running okay. Hey, I gave up on that clunker. I gave up on the clunker. Let's back up a little bit. We salvaged the ship yesterday. I got all excited because it had, let's see, this has 22 slots and it was a 27 slot ship with extra tech slots, like 7 tech slots. And I got all excited because it was free and I figured, you know what, we can fix this. It was busted, it was all busted, so much stuff was broken. But I thought, we can fix this. It looked like that, that's pretty much the design. It was close enough to that. It has this big, it has a big ass, basically. And that was my first frustration. I started flying it around and realized it's too big. It blocks the camera. I can't evade very well in it. It's just it was weird to fly. After the stream yesterday, and I spent almost the entire stream yesterday grinding resources to repair that ship, I spent another 5 or 6 hours patching that ship and then gave up on it. I got it mostly fixed up, but it was gonna cost about 1.5 mil to finish patching up the ship. Let me make another example. So I went back to this ship. This is a multi-tool I got yesterday when apparently I traded in all our stuff for scrap. I realized that this is a trade-off when you get something for free but it's broken and you have to pay to fix it up. 4 of these slots require tech modules that cost 60,000 each. Each of these slots costs 120K to fix. So think about that. Spend over $500,000 just to fix those slots. So even if and then we gotta buy microprocessors, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 microprocessors at 20K each. So there is a cost, a literal cost. You can't just grind all the resources for fixing some of these scrap things that you get. So it's a nice rifle. It's working fine. We've got all the stuff in it that we need. But if we actually want to use all these other slots, we're going to have to throw money at it. And we'll think about it. Chromatic metal, we can get that slot for free, and it has more slots than the pistol I was using, and it's fine. Point is, getting something really cool in salvage is not cheap. The ship that had a value of $3.5 million was gonna cost $1.5 million to get it up to that value. Otherwise, its value is just gonna be half. Anyway, I digress. We're back to the ship we had on the previous stream, and I like it better. We've got some units, 3.4 mil that I'm sitting on right now. It was while I was grinding gold and I was not finding platinum, just like a little bit of platinum, and we needed a lot of platinum. I realized I could spend another 2 streams just trying to patch up a ship that I really didn't like, and that was silly. So I got back in this one. At least this one is nice and I mean, it's lean, it's small, it'll fit through little spaces. You can do a barrel roll and it doesn't take up half this. Look at this, it's beautiful. And I changed the flight field of view, went up to 100 from 70 because of the big ass ship. We'll try just leaving it. Maybe it'll help. Tiny ship, big heart. Columbo. Cheers. We got in a couple dogfights yesterday. We rescued a freighter and then did not take the free freighter. We're hoping to rescue another freighter at some point. We might even do some system hopping today to try and get a freighter in distress to spawn and see if we can get lucky enough to rescue an A-class or an S-class freighter that looks cool and then get it for free. I'm trying to put all the tips I'm getting from you guys to use. Which world is which? If you look at Kea off there, this is a pretty big system. We spent a lot of time yesterday on the small moon, Salt W31, next to Kea. And when you get close to Salt, you can't even tell how much bigger Kea is than Salt. But look at it now. Look at the tiny orange moon in front of the planet. That little moon is, it was great for some of the materials that we needed a whole lot of. Pure ferrite was coming out of the big rocks there. It had paraffinium deposits. So if we ever do need to repair some stuff, K is the big one, and Salt W31 is the tiny little moon. There you go. Salt is the tiny little moon. Sidious. We could hop to a new system, or we could go somewhere else. What's here? IT. Tiny Salt, big K, good for repairs. Yeah, so Salt was good for repairs. It had a lot of the things that we needed to fix up that salvaged ship. Let's take a trip to the Anomaly. We may have done just enough. There's some NPCs at the Anomaly, and we might get some credit for some of the stuff we did. And some of the stuff I did after the stream. Let's crash into a solid body instead of the sun. Can we crash into neither? Is this thing open on the back side? Is this the back or the front? I think last time I had to fly around. Yeah, that is... Ow! Well, there you go. I crashed into a solid body. Just for you. That's no moon. we go. What are we gonna do here? Trade? It's an NPC, two NPCs who kind of track your progress and then reward milestones or something to that effect. Nada and Polo. Polo's the one who gave us a whole bunch of nanites. Polo is busy analyzing reports, lost in a world of data, and needs no further assistance. They are keen that I continue my exploration. We haven't done enough to interest them again yet. Suppose. Traveler hopes to make progress. Traveler tests themselves. Nada will help. An exchange. Progress for progress. Okay, well, he'll take some data. You have seen much, but do you understand? Not for Nada to know. And a small payout, but we were here yesterday. Only first came here yesterday. But it does seem we'll be coming back from time to time. Check in with them. Yeah, I don't think he's contagious. Don't think he is. Oh, Fleet just jumped in. Should we see if we get a distress call? I'm gonna start moving that way. You see the biggest ships, the ones that are kind of red, green, and blue? There's one up here, and then there's one down here. That's the appearance of the freighter that we rescued yesterday, and then we're offered an opportunity to take for free. A frigate. There is a bounty on your head, interloper, but I am merciful. I feel as if you might have the units to match it. He wants 300,000 units to leave. I could try to bargain with him. What's this? Alert authorities? One defense chit. Well, I don't have one of those. All we're getting in a fight. Let's see, this ship does... I never got a chance to try out the rockets. All warriors? Wait, multiple warriors? Sucks. This could be bad. I might have to bug out 3 of them, and I don't really have much dogfighting experience. Why are my weapons... Fire 1 rocket and then overheated? That's not gonna be good. Okay, and that's not working either. So... Damn, we better bug the hell out. Take 4 minutes to get to the nearest planet. I can build my shields up. If you get space sick, you may want to close your eyes. I'm gonna be doing some corkscrews and just moving to evade. We gonna die! If I could just get my shields back up and they weren't all on me at once, I'd dogfight them. I need some practice, and I need some better weapons, and maybe some better defensive items. The odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field are 3,720 to 1. Never tell me the odds. Did they break off? I can't tell. I don't see red arrows, but they may or may not have broken off. You can open your eyes for the moment. Where were we going? Should we go to a new system? I think I have some fuel in the warp drive. Okay, this is a very confusing screen for me. I've only been here a couple times and I don't think on stream yet. So, let's see. A bunch of different... This is the galaxy! Like, the galaxy as procedurally generated and synced with their servers somehow. And we started. Let me see. Pull back. Forgive me, the camera controls. They're really weird. Not used to them yet here. Yokonami system. Not anywhere, Columbo, but look up the orbital freefall. Look up No Man's Sky orbital freefall. Someone did discover that if you get your craft destroyed while you're close enough to the atmosphere of a planet, you can do an orbital freefall. Atmospheric freefall. Yeah, you can do that. So you should check that video out. It's badass. But that may not be intentional. So we are here. This is the third system I've been to. We started in the Yokonami and then get the right target. Musani Sibu, I think I went there, and then I kind of doubled back around to Uyada Kane. That's where we are right now. Now, this is the galaxy. This is, I mean, all of those stars are all systems of planets. Now, this is why players don't just run into each other, okay? Because it's a galaxy full of billions of stars, which are systems full of planets, so we obviously can't go 4,500 light years. Cannot warp. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know how many light years we can go, but it's like it's not many. Still, we can look at systems and see data on systems. I think that scratch off in the distance, that little line, has to do with my path. Maybe? Or maybe it's something else. I really don't know how to navigate this properly. But I can get us back to where we are. So you see, I hop from one star to another star to another star. Like, bing, bing, bing. And there's a galaxy out there. So, where are we going next? Free us up. The line is your path. So,
smoke weed every day.
Hey, Chronic. Yo. Greetings to you, sir. So that line, which goes where places I haven't been yet, like I have not been there. Solid line points there, and a dotted line points beyond. Does that have to do with like the Atlas path? Is that what the orange line is? Is that suggesting a path that I might take to a system? Because there's nothing in my journal telling me to go anywhere specific. It's just explore. I haven't been there, so what's with that orange line? Warp computation validated. 90 light years. Closer look. Korvax dominant life form. Is it just 2 planets? Whoa. Resume. So, Chronic, any chance I could get you to confirm? Is that the Atlas path? Either way, we can go to that system and find out what's there. Solid line. Grayed out is the path you've been. Solid orange is the place you should be going. Atlas path. And the segmented line is your future path. And all this really leads up to is the way to the galactic core. Okay. Which you don't have to follow. You can go wherever you want. But if you want to follow the storyline or lines, kind of have to head towards the galactic core. Does that sound right? Either way, I don't want to get too far away from some of this stuff. That's what teleporters are for, right? We can always teleport to space stations that we've been to previously in other systems, right? So even as we go hopping across the galaxy, as long as we keep track of where we've been and want to go back to at some point, we can. We remember the system names. We have bases with teleporters like that one we made. No one has gone to the Galactic Core and survived. What are you doing? Well, let's try it. Hey, Adensa. Scan discoveries. Actually scan stuff? I don't think I have anything in my tech slots that allows me to scan the system any useful way yet. Could be wrong. Something pop up? Yo, Densa. What does everyone think of the new Doom? Densa's asking. I know nothing. Alright, let's go. Let's find out. That blue icon might be a frigate. Battle detected. Okay. Rescue. Here we go. We might get another chance at another frigate. We have to survive this and take out the attackers. Shuttle is not really made for dogfighting at all. Come on. Alright, there's one. We gotta get some shields back. Try not to hit the frigate itself. Shit. Not good. Didn't accidentally get the frigate aggro, did I? God, I hope not. I think we're just in its... Just kind of in its zone here. Shit. I can't attack that right there where it's by the frigate. Shields down. Try and get the shields back up. It's like they're attacking us and not the frigate. Come on, pull away from the frigate. Pull away from the frigate. frigate. I think that's the one. Frigate could be ours. Yeah, I have X-Wing and versus TIE Fighter and Korvax. The life form who must be the captain of this freighter looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome me aboard their vessel. Let's go check it out. See if it's any good.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Yeah, I had a hard time getting that big ass ship into the tractor beam because it was too big. This one, easy peasy. So, big box, no whammies. Let's see what they got here. I didn't really take a very good look at it from the outside, but the colors, at least the frigate we could have had yesterday was green and red. And it's too early for Christmas, so let's see what this is. It's blue and silver and black, and it didn't have a gaudy color scheme, and I didn't really get too good a look at it from the outside. It's not that cool aircraft carrier design, but Captain Eddie. Lights flicker rapidly across Lifeform's visor, and their head nods imperceptibly forwards. They seem to be showing me gratitude. Gesture towards the control panel of the freighter as if to suggest I take command. Well, we don't have to, but let's take a look. Don't get green and red Christmas presents, not good for the rest of the year. Perhaps the burden of command has become too much for them. Their ship and its crew are now at my disposal, as well as command of the support frigates. But it's a C-class frigate, and so I don't think we're going to take it. C-class frigate with 16 slots. The first one's free. Free. And these things cost 80 to hundreds of millions of credits. Units. We have 3 million units. So we can't afford a frigate, but we can get one for free. And if we say no to this one, and we hop systems again, and we get to defend another one, the chances of finding one that we want are on the table until we take a free one. So as long as we're patient, we can say no, and then try again. I hope we get an A or an S rank. I don't know if we have the patience to do that. I don't know if I have the patience. We don't need a frigate yet. That's cool looking, but no, it doesn't work that way. We could. That would not be wise. We could get it and probably trade it. I assume you can trade it like you can trade other ships, but whatever its value is on the low end of frigate values. So we could get an 80 million unit frigate for free, or we could get a 500 million unit frigate for free. If we're patient, we can get one worth 500 for free. Does that make more sense? We don't want to take the one that's worth 80 million for free. We want to take the one that's worth 500 million for free. And we haven't seen it yet. Sorry guys, you're on your own. Do that. So, first order of business, let's go to the space station. In any system you go to, there's going to be a space station. And the space station is going to sell us an inventory slot. And one thing I didn't realize was... Oh, the space station's really close. we are going to be able to expand the other sections of our inventory. If I have this right, when we go to buy an inventory slot, instead of just applying it to my primary inventory, I can D-pad over and apply it to my tech inventory or the cargo inventory. And so, yeah, I actually did. Back at computer camp, long time ago. Yeah, I played it around the time it was new. All the races in that game were pretty fantastic. I don't remember too much. I can remember some of the ship combat and the different... Visually, I can remember some of the different ship types. And I remember some of the races being really goofy. What was the one that just had the really goofy music every time they would come on screen? I'm sure real fans of the series would immediately know what race I'm talking about. Gotta buy the best stuff from the jelly aliens. But yeah, the melee combat. Didn't they call the little 2D top-down, the space combat, wasn't that referred to as melee? Little melees in the game? Our standing with the Korvax might be high enough to get missions, too. I noticed in the last system that we could get missions from the Vy'keen. So I haven't tried any of that yet. But, let's see about an exosuit upgrade here. $60,000. I've been adding to the general slots, but it occurred to me yesterday when I was trying to figure out how are we going to get more exosuit tech slots that we might be able to add them here. And then there's cargo slots. Our backpack can hold more stuff, and what's the difference? You might wonder what's the difference between that slot and that slot. These function like the ship slots. They can hold twice as much of a resource. In many cases. So a stack of 250 is the cap for many resources. Sodium, cobalt, whatever. 250. On the ship it's 500. If we add a cargo slot, 500. So what kind of slot do we want to add? I think for now, those rocket boots aren't really working. They seem to be bugged. We could always destroy them and put something else in that slot. Inventory is scarce, but yeah, why add more of these until I've added some cargo slots? I don't know. Seems to me I always have something that I could stash in cargo, and cargo will hold more, so why not get some cargo slots? Let's try it. Upgrade exosuit, get a cargo slot. Oh, sorry, HC. Chronic, I didn't get your comment in time. I was just thinking, just up here, not down here. You wouldn't bother with the cargo slots. You'd go tech, inventory, cargo. So that makes sense. Tech first. Why inventory before cargo? I get the tech first part. Looking at these rocket boots, which aren't currently working. You're supposed to rapidly tap A and get a jump that doesn't occur at all. So I'm gonna dismantle those. We'll get ourselves an extra slot. And look at what tech we had available anyways. 10% life support tanks, 20% hazard protection battery. That would be useful. A sodium diode and antimatter. We can make antimatter, and some NPCs sell sodium diodes. That might be worth putting a shield lattice in place of the rocket boots that aren't working. But we'll add to the tech slots. If we can get some drop pod data, if we find a drop pod, we'll add to the tech slots. You can get more slots of the general than you can the cargo. Sure, you can hold more of a specific item in cargo, but you're trading capacity for variety. Yeah, I mean, it sort of all comes out in the wash. If I look at what I'm carrying at many points in time 2 stacks of a similar resource, of an identical resource. Like, I could save an inventory slot here by stashing 500 sodium nitrate in that cargo slot. Takes up 2 slots here. I mean, I know you know that's how it works, but I don't know. Seems useful regardless, even if it's not optimized. What are we doing? Let's have a chit chat and see what they're selling and try to get some locations, POIs out of these guys. You can also just dump the excess in your ship and pull them out when you need them. Yeah, of course. My ship's not as... I dumped the salvage ship. I spent all night after the stream. I kept repairing it. I got down to the point where I was going to have to buy stuff from the trade terminal, and I realized I didn't want to spend $1.5 million to fix the ship. It was big and kind of ugly, and I just traded back. So we only have 22 slots in the ship. I don't have a lot of... Anyways, it's all good. All good. But the ship doesn't have room for more systems, really. Right now, I think we've got rockets and upgraded... something that makes the rockets cool down a little faster, 10%. It didn't sound like much. And in that dogfight, not the one for the frigate just now, but in the previous dogfight that I had to brave Sir Robin away from, I fired the rockets and then they just overheated. I'm not sure I want to use the rockets, so maybe we'd do better with a shield upgrade. Let's at least get the blueprints for a couple things. Actually, I meant to get the drives, the red and green and blue drives. But we can get these as gifts. The red system hyperdrive upgrade was given to us as a reward for some quests. I maybe don't want to just buy them all. On ballista upgrades, phase beam upgrades. I haven't even figured out how to use the phase beam properly without it overheating. I know you're saying gotta work it, but on cannon 10%. Is it worth it? 10%. He's got a gun on the wall, a multi-tool. We can look at that. So our multi-tool, that salvaged one, does already have some extra slots, and a couple that are not too expensive to free up. I don't mind paying to free them up. In general, I had to take yesterday as a learning experience that salvaged ships and salvaged tools are not as cheap as they look. You have to put in a lot of time just to save some of the money that you would have spent if you bought a clean one. Worked right away. I guess if you find like a classic car and the body's still, the frame is okay and it just needs a lot of work, you'd put the work into it. If it's a classic, if it's the one you wanted all your life, it's worth fixing up if you find that. But you don't just find any old random car that's, busted on the side of the road and go, well, the body's straight, I guess I'll fix this thing up over the next year. I mean, nobody does that. So I already bought some upgrades that we haven't had a chance to use. I bought some yesterday. Look at them. Slots get progressively more expensive the more you get, so you want to prioritize the tech stuff due to that stuff helping you survive. That makes sense. Cost goes up, so it does pay to be efficient in your purchases. bummer. Yeah, I've seen... I don't know why. You'd think... I think people have been making cars and trucks long enough. Korvax makes a series of swift entries on their datapad before turning the device towards me proudly. There are a series of numbers on the screen, with a highlighted entry at the top of the list. Korvax seems pleased. The data clearly represents some great accomplishment. Okay, you can talk to the same NPCs multiple times and get different options. Let's test that here. This guy, no, same thing. It's just, please, maybe you wanted me to take it, I don't know. Electronic life form pauses their work, looks up, and focuses their masked lights on my visor. They wait for my request, but they seem desperate to get back to their vital research. You can give a gift. I will always try to give a gift, because they take up slots in my inventory, and I like to clear them. But we also want to ask for directions and learn more words. When I talk to him the second time, the options are going to change. So I can only do one of these right now, and it's random if the other options will appear next time or not. Alright, standing with the Korvax. Increased. The options are still there. Let's ask for directions. Place of interest. Trading post. In this system, we haven't been down to any planets in this system, so we could head there when we're leaving the station. It will give us more directions. Let's pump them for directions. Yeah. Signal detected. Did he really give us another set of directions, or did it just reiterate the trading post? Copper for a word. Penny for your thoughts. Learn the Korvax word for life form. Appear to be scanning their desk, though the reason they're doing so is unclear. I scanned the desk, but find nothing unusual. And nothing came of it. I've stepped into the scan. I don't, if I were traveling the galaxy, I would not make it my business to go fucking with all the aliens I meet. Hey, that guy's scanning a desk. Let me step into the scan. You know, it's an effort to be wisely diplomatic even in situations where you can't understand the language. However, step into the scan? I mean, that's just a dick move in any language. Korvax movements are slow and sporadic. If they were an organic being, I would say they had just awoken from a deep sleep. Not know how such concepts apply to these life forms. So, speaking of being a dick, are you awake in there? Just tapping on the fishbowl. Hello? Alright. So much for not being a dick. Convergence. Korvax. No, some of these quests, these are like, go feed the animals. The feed the animal quests are kind of a pain, aren't they? I like the creatures in this game, but actually getting into close proximity with 10 of them in succession is an exercise in frustration. And having the right resources to feed them. So when they say convergence, does that always mean feed, or just a possibility that it'll be one of those? Electronic life forms speak slowly, calmly, and considerately. Their casing lights flash. Despite their vast intellect, they clearly haven't been able to predict what I want from them. How about a drop pod? Do you know where I can find a drop pod? Yeah! How's that for speaking the language? High five, priest entity. Minsk? Yeah! Come on, round of applause for priest entity Minsk. He just got us an inventory slot. And he's our 50th alien. Sweet. Alright, well, we're going to that drop pod as soon as we leave this station. Can I hook you up with something? Because you're awesome. Can you teach me the word for awesome? Alright, common. We'll take it. I guess we're high enough rank now. Is that why we're able to browse missions for the Korvax? I have not taken any missions from a mission board yet. Are any of these mission templates particularly good compared to others? Thin the herd, kill 16 creatures. I don't think I've killed any. A feast, collect 250 pyrite for 50,000. If we're on the right planet, pyrite would be easy, yeah? Frozen beauty, take a photo on a desert world. Hardly sounds like a quest. What's with the red boxes? Repair a damaged item. Already done that. Fusion core for hunting pirates. Well, we've already done that. And we've done those things. Pyrite. So if we collect the pyrite and then give the pyrite over, how is the 50,000 pay that we're getting comparable to if we just got 250 pyrite and sold it? What if the pyrite is worth more than what we're being paid to hand over the pyrite? Yeah, let's take it and find out. Question, if anyone knows, any penalties for abandoning missions in your journal? There is a button I saw for abandoning missions. Locate a missing person, reward an instability injector. That sounds more interesting. Client entity A3489. Add a few things to our log that way. Try it out. The drop pod and one trading post and a transmission tower. They're all down on one planet. Here's the hunting pirates, creatures, sentinels, or locating people are probably the easiest, quickest to do. You can also stack missions. So say if you got 2 missions to kill 4 sentinels, both will complete simultaneously. Nice. Good. B 22 plus 6. So that's similar to what we've got in storage. Basic stats 22 plus 5 is what we have, and that's 22 plus 6. You can see it doesn't cost that much. That was 1.4 mil. It's the same value as ours. Not that I'm going to trade for a slot. I can really appreciate how small this funny-looking ship is after flying that one that's way too big around all day yesterday. Drop pod! Alright, unknown planet. Can we scan it while in pulse mode? Sarab 69, C1. An acrid planet with fungal mold, cobalt, ammonia, and copper. ETA 20 seconds. So we hit the atmosphere. This acrid planet. It looks beautiful here. Oh, we're at the wrong. Hey, that's not the right. Pull up! Pull up! Damn, we would have been there in a few seconds, but apparently we pulsed towards the wrong target. okay. But hard to control a boosting ship. If I can go parabolic in a meaningful way here. Not really. I didn't go far enough out. I really don't have a feel of a manual parabolic arc coming off of a planet's surface and trying to shave time. It's got to be a lot steeper and go a lot farther before arcing. Because I'm just eyeballing it. But you can see how much time did I shave? Like none! What was the point? None. Whoa! What's in there? What is that sucker? What is that? Platinum! That's the spiky ones you guys were talking about. Now I see. So platinum can be in the more ordinary looking meteors, but those spiky ones are always platinum. We gotta get some platinum while we're here. Metals depends on the color. Alright, so these spiky ones can have different colors to represent different metals. Alright, I lost sight of the drop pod. Where were we going? Good to know this system has platinum. We can probably find plenty more later if we want. And I'm not repairing that ship anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Enter the atmosphere yet. Come on. I didn't lock that pulse in on the drop pod, did I? I've added to our flight time by entering the atmosphere, but we can check out the planet a little bit. Doesn't seem to be loading in very smoothly. It's kind of struggling here. So that's all the fungal mold. Ugly, ugly place. Pause and take a look. The drop pod's not going anywhere. Passing toxic fronts, low sentinel presence, generous flora, rich fauna. We are being greeted, or an aggressive Sosa wants fresh meat. that a flying teddy bear? Is that kind of like a cross between the... Is that a really... I don't know what that is. That's a really fat teddy bear with butterfly wings and devil horns. It's a Jackal Bay. I don't think that name needs to be changed. You are Jackal Bay. Here, I want to feed you. Oh, we've befriended the Jackal Bays. No kidding, the fauna on this planet, it's just everywhere. 6 species in our immediate vicinity when we land. Right. Weedperium. The game's being a little lazy today. The algorithm decided to call that weed a weed. An unknown grave. And a dead Jackal Bay. What killed the Jackal Bay? Did you kill the Jackal Bay? No, you eat grass. Alright, there's a bunch of stuff here. Alien artifacts, floating crystals, which are generous mineral deposits in dense form, an unknown grave, and then our drop pod. And I haven't even hit the terminal here. Beacon. Water morass. That artifact. Let's start with the artifact. Korvax word for Vy'keen. Ah. What is that giant thing? That is a house-sized praying mantis. Holy shit. Elderly. This is flipping huge. Gotta take a closer look. Rock cairns. Natural. Look at this thing. Yo. It's 3 stories tall. Holy sh. Do you see what I see? Seems friendly enough. Behavior methodical. He eats stinging leaves. Notes always waiting. Always waiting.
Toxic protection falling.
That grave. Unknown grave. Enab Ordo's final log. I asked a question that no one had asked. It was a simple. The Sentinels. What are the do they come from? Made it my life's work to find. Left logs, records across worlds. Fallen Traveler's grave is marked by a glyph, an epitaph of some ancient technology. They obtain the glyph, and with it the ability to travel to unknown worlds. I leave the Fallen Traveler in peace. Peace. What does that actually do? Gain the ability to travel to unknown worlds. I don't know what it's referring to. Okay, now waypoints, waypoints, waypoints. How do I find the drop pod waypoints that we were given amongst all these others? It is so easy to lose. There it is. Lose things. Let's head back to the ship and onto the drop pod. Yeah, what's around? Scanning things. Once you stumble across the thing for you, thing for it, you'll know. Ah. Okay. Okay.
Toxic protection. Falling. Units received. Units received.
Into that artifact. Okay. Back to the ship. I didn't even go into this building yet.
Units received.
Has anyone figured out how to trigger the boost forward where you clip and go really fast? Stupid fast and far. Hey Rex. Greetings. Greetings, Earthling. Oh, is it one of those? A reinforced door. Okay. So, we're gonna need some ferrite dust for projectiles.
Technology recharge.
Ooh, I don't know. Alright. I guess. Friday, isn't it? Happy Friday, everyone. Oh, I was working on 2 different rocks.
Toxic protection.
See how much ferrite dust we need for some projectiles. Oh, ammo.
Constructed.
That'll do.
Technology recharge.
little easier this way if I can avoid getting spotted. We could just stay there attacking the whole time. Damn. If I backed around, it would have gone better. Alright, let's just go bust the door. I know we're under some duress. They should not attack when we come in. We gotta figure this thing out right. There's different little puzzles in here. Kickbury Hoot Factory. Fragmented file has frozen systems. The machine is stuck in a loop trying to open it. Its deletion could free up the outpost, but the file would be lost forever. Do we want to attempt file reconstruction? Data something. Something probability high. So, it's probably what, if we succeed, we get a nice reward. If we fail, we get nothing, pretty much, and the alarms keep blaring. What do you think? Delete the file. We don't have enough of the language. Something data something. Something probability high. Along with what it says up here, it seems like, I don't know. What's the probability high? That we're gonna lose the data, would be my guess. I think we free up the systems and don't attempt to reconstruct the file. Flip a coin. Heads reconstruct, tails delete. No, but I was gonna pick delete. See, I was picking delete. That's 2 out of 3. It came up potato. The research system silently resumes its work. I think that was the correct answer, was to delete the file. It would not have succeeded if we tried to recover the file. That's my takeaway, because we just got a blueprint. So, success! Potato wins! A cryogenic chamber blueprint. Crafted from living glass and a cryopump. Cryopumps are those expensive things I read that people farm. They get the blueprint for a cryopump and then they sell those for money, right? Farm and sell those, create and sell those. Living glass cryopump. I got the recipe for hot ice from another one of these places. Cryogenic chamber. Valued at 3.8 million, but requires fancy ass components I can't make. Standing with the Korvax has increased. Rex, when did you stop? I thought you're still playing Octopath. How can you find yourself playing it again if you never stopped? You did stop. Well, that explains it. For 2 days. That's a break. That's a break, but... This thing is so much more comfortable to fly around a planet's surface in third person because I can see everything. Even with the field of view raised on the other one, it was rough. I don't think this planet has pyrite. Okay, let's see if we can shave a little time. Minute and a half. Go up for, I don't know how long, 10 more seconds? Alright, now let's try coming down on that drop pod. It works! So I just need a much higher arc. Ooh, that was good. So, like, if we're trying to come down on something that's a couple minutes away on a planet's surface in atmospheric flight, I want to basically go straight up for 10 seconds to get a good arc. Come down on it. We shaved at least a minute. Pod. So we need to make some antimatter. I'd have everything on me to make it, or I do. Antimatter.
Constructed.
Got the sodium nitrate, we've got the oxygen, we've got the ionized cobalt, we've got the antimatter.
Technology prepared. Technology prepared.
Now we get to pick a slot. You were saying tech, inventory, cargo. I got a little trigger happy and made another cargo slot. All right, we're not going to do that. You're saying tech before main inventory. The tech will help you survive, progress, I mean, we could get tech that helps us make more money and everything else. So, yeah. Okay, let's do that. Tech slot.
Toxic protection. Falling.
And if we could get a sodium diode, we'd find one for sale. We can get some hazard protection bonus. Or something better, if we come across something better.
Technology prepared.
Starship launch fuel. You've learned the Korvax word for entity. You didn't know that one already? Which one are you talking about, Rex? Final Fantasy or Octopath? Ah. So new and already one of your favorites, huh? That's a good sign. Not where we just came from. No. So what is this? No button mashing and QTEs. How long did you spend in, I think I asked you the other day, I don't remember, how long did you spend in one playthrough of Octopath? All right. Virus, something, warning, something, something, data. An unknown program has hijacked the terminal. It looks more alien than expected. The code is enmeshed with vital research drives. I can quarantine it before the damage is done. Yeah. This is quarantine the dangerous thing or don't. Quantum processor blueprint requires superconductor and circuit board. Highly advanced computational device essential for the complex calculations involved in warp travel. Nice. Corvax rank 4. Our rank is now research focused. We're no longer a test subject. We're more interesting than that. We are now the focus of research by the Corvax. Ionized cobalt. We could. Ionized cobalt sells pretty well. There's cobalt sitting right up here. Why don't we get stacks of cobalt? Since it's right in front of us.
Toxic
30 hours, Rex, for your Octopath 1 playthrough. Right before this game shop, the local video game store, small used game store, just closed down after 20 years, just closed down a couple weeks ago. I was talking to the guy who ran the place. He was saying he was kind of disappointed in Octopath. He loved the music, but I think, am I confusing the conversation I had with him with something else? I think he's the one who was saying that. Thought it got pretty weak as it went on. I guess every game does.
technology recharge.
Of course, it's been well received overall. Seems to me. The range on the mining tool, pretty good. Wise words from the bot. see. Stuff here. Oxygen capsules to carbon. We get 1 unit of pugnium from. Nav data, we gotta use some of that nav data.
Toxic protection. Fully.
Unstable plasma. Do we have anything we need to use that for? Rex and Octopath, the party members that aren't in your team with you, aren't leveling with you. That could be pretty frustrating. Yeah. Not at all, or just not as much? Cobalt 250. Where'd the... Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I'm being a little obsessive about organizing some of these stacks because when I look at this stuff later, at a glance, it helps me to see all the sodiums together, the carbons together, the oxygen stuff together, the ferrite together. I can glance at it and better tell where I'm at. So I'm trying to get in the habit of keeping things in certain places.
Toxic protection. Fully.
Planetary radar sweep initiated. It gave us nothing, huh? At least we didn't get the animation. Use one of those nav data. What do we want here? Secure frequencies, distress frequencies. Distress could be... Like, this is how I got that salvage ship yesterday. I got so excited. Distress frequency led us to a ship, and I just got giddy. If we do that again, we're not... I don't want to pick up a scrap heap today. You know, unless it's just a classic car. If we find an S rank sitting there scrapped, okay, maybe we want to fix that up, but... What do you think? Or habitable or secure? If we find a habitable outpost, we might find an NPC with something interesting. Artifacts, the language, or maybe would it be a ruin? Possibly. We have a bunch of data. Nav data. Let's try it. You saw a 58 Thunderbird today, huh? Did that do anything? Or did it just eat it? We already had a trade post marked. Transmission tower we already had marked. Try one more of these. So was it a beauty? See if we find a 58 Thunderbird. Are distress signals always ships? Maybe there's other things we can find at the distress signal. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's... Let me tag it first. Hold on. Tag that sucker. Oop, I don't want to initiate landing. There we go. Tagged. We're going up. 10. Now we could. I'm gonna go a little further. All right, let's arc down. See if that cuts some time off. Yeah, it did, but I could have done a little more. Whoa, do a barrel roll. Huh, yeah, I got disoriented. Where to go? Distress beacon. Stress beacon. Scenario. Iteration. The probable boundary separation failure. Vessel 16. Empty. Sentinel. Intervention. Deliberate transfer. Unknown. Diagnostic. No connection. Analysis. Awaiting fresh iteration. Containment prepared. Traveler anomaly detected. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. Anomaly is compliant. I have no idea what we just did then. Apparently I was compliant. That may not have been ideal. Heck if I know.
Toxic protection. Fully.
Well, puzzled by the lack of results. Up to that floating crystal. Maybe I should have shot the beacon. scan. Oh. Come on. Hey, I gotcha. Korvac's word for orbital. Loading crystals. We got super oxide, carbon crystals, rare metal. There was something I needed the rare metal elements for. That's good. There's a blueprint I have. Something needed the rare metal. We have inventory space. Oh, ship's not nearby. That's okay. Ooh, what can I drop? Drop the 1 unit of pugnium. It's just 1 unit. Ammonia is present on this planet, so it's easily replaceable. We're gonna get all of these. Just okay. Thought I was doing the rare metal. Leave me alone, scanner prick. We gotta get all of these. I don't want to have to fight and run away and wait a minute. Let's just get them to break off right now. Hey, you check out the crystals and then you go away. You go away now. Go away, little scanner. Take your business elsewhere. Hanging out. It doesn't even care. It's just hovering, waiting for me to do something so it can come back and fuck with us. Yeah, I see you. I see you doing that. Stop being a dick and go away. Go away. Your programming is such that you are being a dick right now. You're just like, I'm supposed to hover and wait for you to do something so that I can come scan you and make you run away or fight me, and then it's just gonna get worse. Dude, go away. Hello, Thelis. I'm alright. I'm alright. As long as I can keep my head in game. How about you? Doing alright? You're doing alright? There's my doorbell, but I think it's just something being left at the door. You mean No Man's Sky? I guess it's an infamous farming game. It's changed a lot with the recent update, but I'm new to the game, so all new to me. Scanners thinking about coming back. Left edge of the screen. Here it comes.
Technology recharge.
It's got settled in a new place. It's temporary, like a year tops. But it wasn't all what you expected. You only know this game through the buzz it had a year ago. Yeah, it launched at a struggle of a launch and has gotten a tremendous amount of attention since. Updates from the developers, including a major recent update. Carbon crystals, chloride lattice, and super oxide crystals. It has multiplayer now, yeah. Yeah, you can join other people's games and build stuff together and work together or fight. I think you can even PvP if you want. Both. It has a multiplayer mode. You can deliberately join each other's games. But if you're just hoping to run into each other randomly in the world, it's still so vast that doesn't exactly happen. It's not like they shrunk the universe.
Technology renewed.
I don't like this planet. It's ugly and green. Everything's green. Let's go somewhere else. Oh shit!
Toxic protection. Fully.
Is there really nothing here? We came here. They're not even open up the damaged machinery. Vault deposits. That stuff's far away. This is a nasty storm. It's chewing through my hazard protection. No, we already did that.
Protection. Fully.
How come the waypoints for things you complete, they don't disappear? I was gonna go to that transmission tower, wasn't I? Where was it? Manufacturing facility. Transmission tower.
Hostile scan detected.
Somebody wants what we've got. Shit. Well, let's see who attacks us, and
Threat detected.
they want our ionized cobalt.
Hostile ships approaching.
Come on, dude. It's a little clunky. The dogfighting is, I mean, maybe a better ship would not be so clunky. But, I have this ship. Did I get him with a rocket? Yeah! Attack ships defeated. Get wrecked. Base station, where's that transmission tower? Shields recharged. Scrapper! The fighter does make all the difference in dogfights. Yeah, I wanted to fly like a Viper in Battlestar Galactica. That's how I want the ship to function in my head. Korvax transmission tower. Long ago, it seems, an automated distress call went unanswered. If I can crack the encryption pattern, I could potentially extract the coordinates. I like the other type of patterns better. They were easy. Let me see. What do we have here? 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. Okay. So times 6, 600, 720. See what's nearby? It looks like there's a settlement with the landing pad nearby. Old detected. So many waypoints. What signal did it detect? Oh my god, too much stuff. What's where? I want to find what I saw from the sky there. Transmission towers right here. Curious deposit. We should check that out. I haven't been to a curious deposit yet. But where's that? Manufacturing facility? No, there's something nearby. We just saw it. It had landing pads. It's huge. Trading post. Unknown building. It's that. It's got to be that. So the unknown building at 400. Which direction is that? Like northeast. Go to the curious deposit, and then we're going northeast. Curious deposit. Tetracobalt, huh? These are like the spore ones that roll away with radon. What's the deal? Why do they make them like that? That's just bizarre. Oh, different stuff. Super oxide crystals. It's kind of like the floating crystals. We're getting special dense resources. We're stacking with some of the stuff we got. Get better because we don't have a lot of room. Why roll away though? Like, just why? Let's make stuff that rolls away from the player. Because reasons. We're gonna take a break in a minute or two when we get back to the ship, maybe. And grab these resources and get us back to the ship. Oh, go away, Skinner. Hey, boss. Were you in the right chat? Hi. Thinking you might have been in a couple chats at once. Destabilized sodium. Oh, that's a different one. We'll need to make room for the destabilized sodium. Stop rolling away. Oh, you said you'd take a break, so no problem. Ah ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm due one. Suppose. Where did it go? One of these just rolled away. Where did the ball roll to? There it is. Destabilized sodium. Randonia, I enjoy it, but I didn't play before it. I'm a total noob to the game. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Let's get back to the ship and let's see if we can get to that little outpost. It was to the northeast. We'll take a break there. Randonia, how you been? What do you think of the next update? Oh, when we go to the break screen, quick message. If you were here yesterday and you saw what Fantastica, I know you saw, if you saw what DBA Bob did yesterday when he tried out Twitch's new random sub gifting and gifted a whole bunch of subs. Many of them landed on people who were here, and many of them landed on people who were not here or aren't even following. You know, it was random. So I hesitated putting 20 more names on the scroll, on the sub scroll, knowing that more than half of them are people who aren't even around. If you got a sub gifted to you from DBA Bob yesterday, I would like to put your name on the sub scroll, but please let me know if you want it there. Since they were all gifted, since nobody expected that, and I realize many of those people, or all of them, probably won't renew those subs, and that's okay. It was an awesome thing Bob did. If anybody does renew them, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. But instead of putting all 20 names adding to the scroller on the break screen, if you got a gift sub, and I will add you if you let me know. Just let me know. No, it's all good. Fantastic. But I'm just saying, you got a gift sub, you know, so I'd be happy to throw your name on there too. Baldahar, you got a gift sub yesterday. Yeah. See? That's what I'm talking about. But I don't know who is and isn't around. Cheers. So anyways, if you don't see your names on the scroller when we take a break here in a minute, that's why. No big deal. I'm happy to put it there. Just, you know, shoot me a message and say, yeah, throw me on the list. Why did that distress beacon turn out to be nothing? Does anybody
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
about that? Dallas! Hey, as long as we're talking about subs, what are you gonna do with thing, huh? Dallas, thank you. Cheers. Thank you very much for your sub support. Forgot you had one. Thank you very much.
Toxic protection fully.
Yeah, for example, let me add you while I'm here. Like Failtastica and Baldahar, just since you spoke up. I know you didn't say yes, put me on the list, but just to make a point, I'm going to throw you on there, and it is totally fine if you don't renew those. And if after they expire, I don't take you off the list right away. That's just me being sloppy. So. Okay. I just added a few there, but you have a question. When was the Failtastica? When was the last time anyone played KOTOR? KOTOR 1. Didn't I stream it? I know I streamed 2. Did I stream 1? Or did I somehow not stream 1? It was to the northeast, northeast, and it wasn't far. It wasn't 7 hours away. It was 400. Hey, Kaj. Kaj also got a gift sub there yesterday. So, yeah, exactly. I was thinking that some of you who were here when that happened might like to end up on the list. There. I did play one like forever ago. So let's see, you're currently playing, you got 30 strength, 26 con build, including gear, including Valor, you have like 35 strength, 31 con. Yeah, I don't have all the... I usually did dex builds, I don't have too much of stats in my head. We're gonna take our break here. Get out of the acid rain. And we'll chit-chat with the locals when I get back. Sorry, Kaj and Dallas, anyone just getting here to be breaking right as you arrive, but before we go cruise away past my break time. Dex is fun in 2. You like running around with precision shot blasting right through the defensive Jedi. I like playing with lightsabers, and I'm really boring when it comes to just doing the same thing over and over again. So double-bladed lightsaber for the extra hits, flurry for the extra hits, and then force speed for the extra hits. So I end up just going through both KOTORs doing flurry, 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 flurry. And I know it's really boring, but when you see 7, 8 damage numbers fly by every time you swing, and then you go to something else and it's like, pew, 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 pew. No, I'm gonna go back to flurry, flurry, flurry. Did I get a good freighter? Kaj, no, we rescued one more today. It was a C-class. It was kind of cool looking, black and blue. No Christmas colors, but it was a C-class, and we'll have to keep going. So we've only rescued one more. Alright, one more thing here. You believe. Good, good. We need you to believe. Alright, break time. I'll see you back here in a few. Stretch your legs, grab a drink, hug someone, and smoke them if you got them. I'll be back in 10.